and welcome to the Burger and Badass Show. We are back again like we are every Wednesday night to do our thing and talk a little bit of sports, talk a little bit of college basketball, and do our thing like we always do. Badass, how's it going this week?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I've been tired as hell. I've been running through the mud. I've been beat up. I've been chewed on. I've been spit out. But you know what? I'm harder than a fucking coffin nail, boy. So I'm always gonna be back to do the show.
You know, I don't know what it is, but like every Wednesday morning I wake up and like I wake up with a smile on my face because I'm thinking, guess what? It's show day again. Now for the 21st time, episode 21. I mean, we're just plowing through these fucking things. And I mean, it's amazing how we were just talking a few minutes ago with our, with your cousin Mikey. He was telling us, he was like, man, you guys are doing really good. I could definitely hear you guys on the radio. And I said, well, listen to this. This is our second episode we ever did. No intro music or nothing like that. And now this is the one we did last week. And he's like, it's like night and day.
Listen, people, I'm going to go ahead and confirm here. Every Wednesday morning, this man comes waltzing out his room down the hallway looking like he just had sex with a supermodel in Vegas or something. Like he's glowing. He's all ready to go. He's like, it's show day. I'm like, yeah, it is show day. But it's something to behold, man, because from week one, it was milquetoast. Boring. Like, I'll say it. We were boring.
I was bored myself.
Yeah, like I was about to fall asleep listening to that shit. There's going to be some goodies for people later on the line in the archives.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But guys, make no mistake, folks. This is a big deal. This is getting to be something. It's not what it was when it first started. We have support. We have been putting in the work. We are contacting the U.S. Patent Office. We are buying our own. We already said, you know what? Fuck Facebook. Fuck YouTube. Listen, I don't care what anybody says. Facebook Live, it'll be a great show. Oh my God. Fuck you, man. You put your shit on Facebook or YouTube, they own your shit. We're buying our own domain because we own our content. Not some fucking douche sitting in some fucking office eating fucking watercress salad doing yoga in California. Fuck that. We are the Burger and Badass Show, not the bullshit and bunkum show.
And I know you're probably not going to be too happy about this when I tell you this, but I actually, the other day, I did this, and I know you're not going to be real happy when I tell you this, but I created a now the Burger Badass Twitter account.
Oh, man. Yeah, you're right. That's not pleasing to the ears, but you know what? I have nothing to do with Twitter. It's not going to be me on there because I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know. I don't do the Twitter, the Snapchat, the Instagram, all that bullshit, all right? I don't do any of that. I'm grown. I ain't got time for fucking social media games. Now, for all you who do, you can go hashtag suck my balls. That's what I got for you.
So, yeah, there's a lot of big things coming for us, and we'll definitely keep you guys... we'll definitely keep you guys in tune of what's going on and everything. Once we get our, domain page set up, we'll let you know what site to go to. We're going to have all the shows out there uploaded, ready to go.
That's happening this weekend, by the way, because me and tech support we've grown angry and we're staging a mutiny. And we're going to eat the burger and we're making a website.
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble now.
No, seriously, there's a mutiny afoot. We're ready to go.
We got a mutiny here.
Yes, there's a mutiny afoot.
But, you know what? Let's get into the show because I'm telling you right now, we have a ton to talk about this week.
We sure do.
I mean, we're doing show prep, which is another thing. We're starting to do show prep now on Mondays and Tuesdays. So come Wednesday, we're ready to go. Wednesday night, all we're doing is setting up the show and doing our thing, and that's it. So we're prepared ahead of time. And when we were going through our stuff this week, I showed you all the stories we had going on, and you were like, "Holy shit, this is an action-packed show."
Yeah, believe it or not, for being February in the middle of sports wasteland for the most part, because it's after football, it's right before baseball. It's right before tournament time for March Madness. It's usually a very dead time. most your sports announcers and your broadcasters, your heavy hitter names, they usually all go on vacation right about now because there ain't nothing to talk about. Bullshit. This week there is a lot to talk about. So let's get right fucking to it.
Yeah, thank God for shitty sports players doing shitty things.
Oh, God, yes. Go ahead. Just give it right to him, man.
All right, so the first story we're going to jump to first, and I know you're going to have a really good opinion on this. 6 New England Patriot players are saying that they are boycotting their visit to the White House. Devin McCourty, LeGarrette Blount, Dante Hightower, Chris Long, Martellus Bennett, and Alan Branch have all come out this past week saying that they don't agree with Donald Trump and his politics. In a tweet on January 30th, Martellus Bennett said America was built on inclusiveness, not exclusiveness. LeGarrette Blount tweeted on February 9th, I will not be going to the White House. I don't feel welcome in that house. I'll leave it at that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did the baby need a diaper? Did you need a baba? I'm sorry. You can't agree with the man's politics. I don't like him. I'm not welcome. I'm taking my ball and going home. Grow the fuck up. You just won the Super Bowl. You're grown men. Who gives a fuck if you don't like him or agree with him? He's the goddamn president of the United States. Have some fucking respect and show some fucking class. For the love of fucking God. You hear that baby crying? That's what y'all remind me of. A bunch of fucking babies.
Hey, badass, is that an actual clip of Georgia crying?
No, sir, that is not.
Because it sounds just like it.
No, hell no.
No, actually, hers is more of a high-pitched squeal.
Oh, believe me, it'll run you right out of the room, boy. I got a redhead, y'all. You don't even know.
I'm like, oh, I'm sitting here and I can hear her screaming her head off, and I'm like, oh, I know she's only like, she either don't feel good or she's not getting a bottle.
Or fighting sleep.
And
she can fight to sleep.
Oh, she fights sleep just like her dad does.
Yes, she does.
But my question here is, badass, and I like your opinion on this. Let's say 4 years ago when they won the last Super Bowl, when everyone won the last Super Bowl, let's say Tom Brady, Gronkowski, Edelman, I'm trying to think of another white player on the New England Patriots. We'll just leave it at that. We'll leave it at Edelman, Gronk, and Brady.
What about
Wes Walker. They all came out and they're like, you know what? I don't agree with Obama's politics. I'm not going to the White House. You know what's going to happen, badass?
Everyone will be called racist, xenophobes, bigots, every fucking stupid textbook insult name under the sun. The fucking Democrats will come out en masse and want their heads. It's complete fucking double standard. See, they're celebrated when it's one side. But when it's the other, oh, hell no. That's the problem. Like, remember when sports used to be where we went to get away from that shit? ESPN fucked everybody. Thank you, by the way, you fucking assholes. You just had to go political. You just could not fucking help yourself, could you? You started this, not me. Fuck you.
You know who's actually pretty biased, and I like their stuff? Fox Sports.
Yes.
Fox Sports 1? I love Fox Sports 1. I'd rather watch Fox Sports 1 than ESPN any day. And I'm telling you, you go 15 years back, and you said, Chris, where do you watch your sports at? ESPN. All day.
There was no other answer.
There was no other answer because they weren't politics. But all of a sudden they want to get into the politic game, and they ruined sports. I mean, nobody wants to go on there and every month see Obama on ESPN. I really truly believe Obama was on ESPN, or even say on television, doing shows, television show, late night shows.
Oh, the media plugged the fuck out of him.
Yeah. I think he's done more than you combined all the presidents that have ever been.
Well, yeah, they were all in the tank for each other. I mean, this is what happens when there's collusion. For real. I mean, this is what happens. The media was in the tank. They made sure that they were going to pump it out there because, let's be honest, folks, you might not agree with him or his politics, but in the interest of fairness, you should have seen who else on all those commercials with Obama. Mitt Romney. But you didn't. Why? Because ESPN is fucking biased as biased can get. And we're not saying that the other side isn't. Believe me, I'm not stupid. Fox News is very biased. It's obvious. CNN is very biased. It's obvious.
MSNBC
is very biased. There's no medium no more. The days of Walter Cronkite are gone. Finished. Kaput. They're done. And to be honest with you, all this bullshit that has come from this fall, I mean, I want you to understand something. This is a news story because a bunch of players decided that they wanted to get political, because now it seems like if you're an entertainer or a sports entertainer, a singer, anything that is yours, there's a fucking camera in your face and you make a lot of money, everyone wants you to get political now. And let me tell you something, you are not helping your case. Working America sees all of you elitist snobs, and it's really funny how the Democrats try to sell me on they're the working man's class. Then why the fuck do you get millionaire celebrities to do all your plugs? Fuck you. Here's the deal, man. Y'all are a bunch of assholes. And for this, you win the award of the week. And what is it, Burger?
I think it's the asshole of the week.
Also known as the Butthurt Alert. Warning. 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 The following pussies are butthurt. Do not approach them, as they may become even more butthurt. Yeah, that's right, assholes. I'm talking to you. I don't give a shit what you think. You're a bunch of dicks. You have to go and show out instead of just being graceful. You won the fucking Super Bowl. You are champions. You take the high road. You go into the man's White House. You shake his hand. You look him in the eye. And you say, I'm a champion. You're the president. You grow up. All right? I believe it was your guy that said, elections have consequences. I won. You lost. Get over it. How about you take your own motherfucking medicine and a nice fucking huge heaping dose while you're at it. I'm done with these fucking clowns.
And what's interesting about this whole situation is that Trump has ties to Belichick and Kraft, the owner of New England.
Right.
I mean, New England, when Kraft's wife died, Trump called him every day for a year to check on him, make sure he's all right, invite him to events, came to his house and had dinner. You know, just try to be there for him. You know, and to me, I find it interesting that, you know, in one sense, you don't want to start a shitstorm by saying, you know what, I'm the owner of this team, man the fuck up. Go to the White House, shake the man's hand, and be a man about it. And if you don't want to do that, then guess what? You're off the team. I don't care if your name is LeGarrette Blount.
Dude, you're right.
I don't care if your name is Dante Hightower. I don't care if your name is Martellus Bennett. I don't care if your name is Tom Brady. If you act like that and you are going to sit there and try to make some stupid-ass political statement just to try to prove a point, and you're not really, all you're doing is making yourself look really, really dumb.
And you're you're right.
And you're disrespecting the owner.
I didn't even think of it like that.
I mean, think of it that way. Right. I mean, think of it. The owner has huge ties to Donald Trump.
And he signs your paycheck.
And he signs your paychecks. You know what? If I'm Kraft right now, I'm saying, you know what? These 6 guys, man the fuck up. Go to the White House. Shake the fucking man's hand. I'm the champion, like you said. He's our president. Enough said.
You can't have that no more.
Yeah, I mean, if I was Kraft, that's what I would do. But I think in the world that we live in, they're not going to do it because there's going to be a huge shitstorm behind it. All of a sudden they'll be called racist and blah, blah, blah.
This is why we can't have nice things. For real. This is why we can't have nice things, America. You can't even act civil.
And I'm done with this story.
You know what? Seriously, let's just put this sumbitch in the dirt.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. You know what? You guys got the Bitch of the Week award, a.k.a. the Asshole of the Week award. And you know what? You guys deserve it. Be a man. Go to the White House and shake the man's hand. That's all you have to do. You don't have to. You be a little cordial. You don't have to be friendly. You know, be buddy oh buddy. You know, hey, buddy, arm around him and everything. No, you don't have to do that. But go there and be a man, shake his hand, and do what you got to do.
It got you all riled up, man, because you were like, I'm going to end this. Now I'm going to rant some more. But see, y'all done got Burger all heated.
See, and I usually don't get heated. No. Usually I'm the calm of the storm.
Right.
You're the full blown hurricane.
You're
and
the port.
I'm the port. I'm the one that keeps it calm. But today that just fired me the fuck up. I don't know what it was, but just think about it, like going over the story all week and doing the history on it and seeing what these people are saying. And I'm just like, this is so fucking disrespectful to the owner, the guy who writes your paychecks. This is so fucking respectful. Why would you do that?
In one word, unnecessary.
And I'm telling you, if I was Kraft, I'd say, look, you got two options. Option A, you go to the White House and shake the man's hand. Option B, you're a free agent. See ya.
Take your pick.
Bye-bye. That's all I got to say about that. So, there's some really interesting news in the NFL / college football this week, badass.
Oh, yeah? What is that?
We have Alabama's new offensive coordinator, Steve Sarkisian, who took over for Lane Kiffin in the national championship game, announced this week that he will be leaving the team to join the NFC champion Atlanta Falcons as a new offensive coordinator. The Atlanta Falcons' former offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan left after the Super Bowl to become the head coach of the San Francisco 49ers. I mean, is Nick Saban that big of a dick? I mean, really? I mean, you lose two offensive coordinators in a matter of a month and a half. I mean...
Well, this is one of those 1/3 cup, 1/3 cup, 1/3 cup makes full cup kind of thing here. I think you got the fact that Nick Saban is a complete fucking asshole. No one wants to deal with him. I mean, they do because you want to win championships and you know he's going to take you there. But he's such a fucking Napoleonic little prick. You just want to smash him like a bug. And then on the other hand, you got, hey, I'm in college football. The NFL comes calling. Look, I'm going, man.
Especially the NFC champion Atlanta Falcons.
Right, because you're like, hey, man, this is my shot. I might actually be able to transition from being a Saturday guy to a Sunday guy. And it might happen. You might be like, oh, fucking, what's his douchebag name down the fucking road? Can't think of, the old ball coach. Oh, yeah, Spurrier. Remember how he kind of went off to the Redskins and then took a fat shit? You might end up like him. Then again, you might not. You might be like Harbaugh. You might be able to go into the NFL, make an impact, and then look at Harbaugh. He was good at Sunday and said, nah, fuck it, I'm going back to Saturday. That's where my heart is. I mean, it can be done.
And look what he did this year in Michigan. Almost took him to a playoff game.
I'm telling you, man, they're catching some bad breaks.
They are. Real bad breaks.
But do not get it twisted. Harbaugh has changed the culture of Michigan.
Oh, hell yeah.
Michigan's no longer the team you used to be scared to play. They're now, again, the team where you're like, shit. Like, we actually got to play these guys now. Exactly. It's a culture change, like Dabo did here at Clemson.
And I mean, I can't blame Sarkisian for taking the job. I mean, when the NFL calls, you got to take it. I mean, unless it's the Cleveland Browns, the Buffalo Bills.
Well, it also depends on that third cup and the last one to make the full cup. And you already know what it is. What makes the world go around?
That money?
That money.
Money. Yeah.
If the money is right, you're going to go. I mean,
I'm curious on how much they paid him to become the offensive coordinator. I mean, you're taking over Kyle Shanahan, who now left to go be the 49ers coach. I mean, I'm kind of curious to see what he does over there, with new GM, new coach. I'm curious to see how he works in that West Coast offense. But in the same sense, you're taking over a guy that left to take a head coaching job at a team that has a history like you would not believe. 5 Super Bowls, Jerry Rice, Joe Montana, Steve Young. I mean, I could go on for days.
That's exactly
Ronnie Lott.
it.
I mean,
and I agree with you, but that's exactly what it is, though. It's history. San Francisco needs to be rebranded, not changed, rebranded. And what I mean by that is they need to go back to that old school toughness. You don't have to change, just go back to the basics. Rebrand where that scar already is, hit it again. Wake up the beast.
Now, I don't know if you saw this. I mean, I know this isn't on our show notes, but the 49ers actually fired the defense coordinator this week and then hired a new guy coming in. And now I'm hearing that they're talking about changing the defense from a 3-4 to a 4-3, which I could find that very interesting.
I mean, I understand why they want to go to a 4-3. Schematically, it gives you more pressure on the line. You get better pass rushing abilities, but in order to run that 4-3, that's the key. You have to have pass rush. Think about it. And today in the NFL, what's the most key part of a defense? Pass rush. And then right behind that is your corners. Because it doesn't matter how good your safety is. If there's no pass rush, your safety is going to get burned all day long because the quarterback is not being pressured. So I think San Francisco is moving in the right direction, to be quite honest, because I think you're going to see them do what they did 10 years ago. They weren't good. They drafted quiet. They drafted strong. And then all of a sudden, holy shit, they've got an O-line that's hoss. They got a D-line that's ready.
They got a coach that was
ready. Exactly.
Something else I find interesting is the Giants released Victor Cruz this week. And I've heard rumors of a possibility landing spot in San Francisco or Philadelphia. Which one do you think would be a better spot for him?
The better spot for him is going to be out in San Francisco. Where he's going to go is probably Philadelphia.
Just to piss him off.
Just one, to piss off New York. Two, you're playing in the same division. You know all the same people. You don't have to get used to any kind of difference. You don't have to leave and go all the way over West Coast unless you want to, which you could. But I know San Francisco is lacking a premier wide receiver. They just don't have a premier. And I'm not even saying Victor Cruz is the answer. To me, honestly, you got to go up higher than that. To me, they got to go out there and land a Calvin Johnson type receiver. You have to have a big body, long arms, dependable, can go get the ball, because you need that. You don't have that threat right now. Nobody respects your deep ball. I mean, let's face it. They were one quarterback away from having back-to-back Super Bowl titles again.
Now, I'm going to go off on a little tangent here for a second, but my question is, and I want to know if what you think, because to me this would be very interesting to know your opinion on this, because he's wide known in the NFL as being just a whiny little brat, crybaby, Odell Beckham Jr. My question is do you really think that Odell Beckham is the new Terrell Owens, like the guy that is always causing problems, having a media circus, blah, 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 having all this stuff happen? Do you feel like Odell Beckham is this, like the new Terrell Owens of this century?
Actually, I do, to be quite honest with you, because he is a talented wide receiver. We all know why he made the Madden cover. Odell Beckham Jr. is sick. I mean, he can make one-handed catches. He can talk the talk. He can walk the walk. I mean, and a lot of people don't like him because he talks too much, but that's also what Terrell Owens was. Terrell Owens would go on and on and on. I mean, he'd popcorn in ends. I mean, just being an ass.
Porn Sharpies have a sock.
Right. I mean,
like he just like a media circus, just like Terrell Owens was.
But it didn't negate the talent. I mean,
no. I mean, I do not negate any of his talent. Odell Beckham is a very talented receiver. Now, as a 49er fan, do I want him on my team? No, because to me, we saw what Terrell Owens did. We don't need another Terrell Owens on the team. If he's gonna act like that, we don't want him.
Whereas the talent can get you to the Super Bowl, if you don't have someone that's ready to sacrifice everything for their team, it's got to be team effort. You just can't. The me monster shit can't be. I mean, look at the Patriots. That's why they keep winning. Listen. It doesn't matter how good you think you are. If you start asking Belichick and Kraft for too much money, they get rid of you. They don't extend your contract. Brady takes pay cuts to keep people on the team, and look at that shit. It's working. When people go out and pay all this stupid, ridiculous money for all these players, what aren't they winning?
Super Bowls.
They're too busy having to cater to those fucking massive egos walking around out there. Ego kills shit, man. I'm telling you. Look at all the greatest teams through the history of football. There's one word that keeps coming up over and over and over again. Selfless. Not selfish. The exact opposite.
I'm going to do this right now, badass. I'm going to suck it back in. Because we went off on a little tangent, a little NFL tangent. And we've kind of done our little thing on that now. I think we need to go ahead and move on. Move on to our next topic. Because like I said, we have a very heavy show. So we definitely, don't want to be doing this till midnight.
No. We can't. And that's the thing. We can't stay stuck on too many subjects. Because like you said, this is a lot of information we're about to bring to the people. So we're not rushing, but we're also not gushing neither.
No, and you know what? If we go on a little tangents, that's fine. That's not a big deal.
Correct. We just can't end up in fucking Independence, Nebraska while doing it.
Exactly. So, I know, badass, this next story, I know we talked about we do not want to do anything with the NBA. We're kind of like, I don't want to say anti-NBA, but we really don't watch sports, so we don't know too much about it. I mean, we know a little bit about it. I know when we were at your cousin Tyler's house, we talked a little bit of basketball, and I mean, we knew enough that got us by, but I mean, we're not experts on it.
I know who the players are. I know who the teams are. I know who the coaches are. I don't care for it. I'm not interested in the NBA. It's a whole lot of bullshit. It's the same fucking teams always at the top with the same players. The last year was exciting solely on the fact that LeBron James did what everyone didn't think was possible. He went back to Cleveland and he brought him a championship. That was good for basketball. Won't lie. But the problem is I don't really give two fucks about pro basketball. I just don't. It's not the old school. If this was, you want to talk old school shit, then by all means, let's do that. Because that's the NBA I'm interested in. Back when they played defense, got physical, could get shit. Like, you want to talk about the old Knicks teams with Rodman and Phil Jackson. You want to talk about them old Laker teams with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and yeah, we'll get down. We'll talk. You want to talk about Larry Bird and the Celtics, Magic Johnson with the Lakers? You want to talk that shit? Yes.
Michael Jordan, the Bulls?
Yes. That's the basketball I will talk with you.
Wilt Chamberlain, the Sixers? I mean...
Shaq, when he first came in from LSU, when he went to the Magic, yeah, we'll talk that basketball. But if you want to talk this new age shit, no thank you.
I'll be honest with you, 70s, 80s, 90s, I love basketball. NBA was great. I remember as a kid sitting there watching the Celtics win the NBA championship. Larry Bird and Danny Ainge and all them boys. And it was so great because I was a Boston fan. I became a Larry Bird fan. So I was a Boston fan, Celtic fan back in the 80s. Because I love Larry Bird. Larry Bird was great. I love watching him play. Of course, 90s, it was Allen Iverson. Georgetown, Hoya alumni. I mean, I love watching those guys play. Michael Jordan. Even though he's from North Carolina, I love watching Michael Jordan play. Especially when he had Pippen and Rodman on that team. And Kerr. I mean, them boys were nasty. I mean, look how many championships they won with them boys. And then, of course, Shaq and Kobe when they won all their championships in L.A. So, I mean, I have respect for those guys. Now, this new age bullshit, like you said, I can't watch it because all I'm watching is overpaid, flopping players that are just out there and not making the game interesting.
It's not competitive like
it's not competitive like it used to be. It's just like you said, same teams at the top. I mean, I looked at the NBA standings the other day just for shits and giggles. Guess who's at the top of the East?
Cavaliers.
Of course. Guess who's at the top of the West?
Golden State.
Yep.
And I don't even watch it. Listen, I have watched 0 games this year, and I have looked at 0 stats, and I just told you who the top 2 teams were simply because all it is star power. I'm sorry, man. The NBA is not what it used to be. It's just, it's wore out. It's fucking boring.
And I mean, what's crazy is that, you look at the East and the West, the 8th place team is 12.5 games out of first in the West, and I think they're like 22.5 in the East. That's absolutely ridiculous that an 8th place team is 22.5 games back halfway through the season. little more than halfway through the season. I mean, that's absolutely freaking ridiculous that you have, and then you're going to go to the playoffs, and you're going to have a Golden State play this team, Dallas or whoever makes the 8th place team. That's 22 and a half games back that had a mediocre season that, because everybody else in the West sucked, they happened to make it, but they made it on a shitty record. And they're going to get absolutely mollywopped that first round, and it just doesn't make interesting basketball. Interesting basketball is when you have a 8th place team that's very good, that's only 6 or 7 games out of first, and they play you in a best of 5 game, and they play you all the way to the end.
Yeah, to me, it's not interesting anymore. College basketball is going to get that way because of that one and done bullshit. I mean, you remember it used to be they went for 4 years and you had rivalry and competition. Listen, people, the NBA, them motherfuckers are all friends. That's why it's boring. I don't want to see fucking LeBron James and Dwayne Wade hugging each other and being bros on the court. Man, I want to see guys that fucking hate each other playing against each other.
I want to see Ron Artest back again.
Yes.
I loved it. I remember, I'll never forget. I watched that.
Didn't Larry and Magic hate each other?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
The rivals. I mean, you have them. And then today, they're all buddy-buddy. Like, oh, let's all be friends. No big deal.
I don't know. That's what the story now that we got coming for you is what makes basketball interesting. So, Berg, you just want to go ahead and give it to him, bro?
Yeah, might as well go ahead and jump into it. On Wednesday, former New York Knicks legend Charles Oakley was hauled out of the Madison Square Garden and arrested after getting into an argument with New York Knicks owner James Dolan. Friday, Dolan released a statement to the press announcing that Oakley is banned from the arena permanently. And that night at the game, the New York Knicks fans chanted his name so loud that announcers had to make reference to it. Now, on Monday night, after a meeting with the NBA Commissioner Adam Silver and consultant Michael Jordan, yes, the Michael Jordan, he's a consultant, he's so good he's a consultant, Dolan announced that the ban on Oakley had been lifted. Dolan said, "I am hopeful that Oakley would join me as his guest in the near future," in which Oakley replied, "One of the things I told the commissioner is I want Dolan to apologize to me and the fans." Now, something else that happened that, I mean, it's not really that big of a deal, but it kind of is Dolan actually fired his head of security after this incident on Thursday.
Yeah, I remember when I was actually reading this, first thing I thought was, dude, that was just straight up gangster. Dude just walks right up in to dude's shit and just whop. Like, I don't give a fuck. I mean,
and that's old school basketball.
Exactly.
Charles Oakley is old school basketball, and I love it.
I'm not tolerating not 1 second of your bullshit, old school.
And I love how the fact that in this story, Dolan flip-flopped less than a week after banning him. He had to go to the principal's office, go talk to the principal, a.k.a. Adam Silver, and the assistant principal, Michael Jordan. Yes, the Michael Jordan.
He pretty much went up and said, "I'm banning him." And he's like, "Can't do it." They had to Mike Singletary him. "Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Can't do it."
But what do you think about the whole Oakley thing after what pretty much saying, "I'm not going to be your guest. I don't give a shit until I will be your guest after you go in a press conference with me and you in it, and you're going to apologize to me and the Knicks fans." And that's from pretty big balls to do something like that.
I mean, pretty much seems to me like we know who's wearing the skirt and we know who's wearing the pants. Enough said.
So that was our one lone story of the NBA this week. And I wanted to do it because I read it and I laughed a little bit. When I first started doing my prep on Saturday, I saw all this stuff going on and I did some research on it, wrote some stuff out. And then on Monday, I saw the updated story and I'm like, oh yeah, I got to add on to the updated story because that Oakley quote is just absolutely fucking amazing.
It's priceless.
It's priceless. It's almost as good as that one that Dana White has later on the show when we talk about some MMA.
Oh no, that one was good too. There's a lot of smart assery going on this week. I love it.
But yeah, I want to talk about something else actually now, and I'm pissed off. I've been a Major League Baseball fan for a very long time. And when I say a very long time, folks, I'm talking about when I was a kid, and I'm talking about 4 or 5 years old. I was at my grandfather's house, good old Dr. Wahlberger. And I'm telling you, I remember going downstairs at like 9, 10 o'clock at night and going down there and sitting in my grandfather's lap in the recliner and watching a baseball game. And now some of the fucking clown foolery that they're fucking doing. See, I'm getting all wound up again. Here I go again. I'm getting all wound up.
You got good reason for this one because when you first told me about this, this is exactly how I felt when Berger first told me about this shit.
You have smoked yourself retarded.
That's exactly how I felt. I was like, you can't be serious. There's no way. And Berger was like, yeah, this is no bullshit. And I was like, what? So you want to just go ahead and tell them what these fucking geniuses have come up with?
Now, I'm telling you right now, MLB, you're going to lose a lot of fans if you do this. But the MLB committee is looking into changing the extra inning rule that would put a runner at second base every inning in extra innings. And the sports community is saying this might be the stupidest thing they've ever heard. Joe Torre, the old New York Yankees coach, he's now the MLB chief baseball officer, said, let's see what it looks like. It's not fun to watch them go through their whole pitching staff and wind up bringing a utility infielder in to pitch. The MLB will be trying this new concept out in some minor league games to test it out and see see how it does. And if it catches, then they're going to take it to the committee, vote on it, and if it passes, then it becomes the rule. Me personally, you do this, you're going to ruin baseball. I love watching the fact that you get into the 15th, 16th inning. These teams are battling. I mean, these guys have already been playing for 3 or 4 hours already. And they're battling. And you sit there and eventually you go through your pitching staff. A lot of times when you get into your bullpen, you're only pitching on 1 or 2 innings. If that. Usually it's 1 if they start getting beat up. And you know what? They pull you and bring another guy in. And then I find it very interesting how you could have like a second baseman or a third baseman come in and pitch. And you're like, oh, this should be interesting. This is like the Jerry Springer show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to see what this is going to look like because this guy's the third baseman and now he's going to try out pitching.
Like, is this motherfucker really trying to throw a slider? What the fuck was that?
And I think they're absolutely going to ruin fucking baseball if they do this because, I mean, the replay rule, okay, I understand that. When you have close plays that are like bang, bang, I understand that. Good job on that. But this whole putting the runner at second base, that's going to ruin extra innings.
I got an idea for them. This is what they ought to do with that fucking rule right here. I hope you're listening, Commission. Listen close. Blow that shit up now. Joe Torre, I'm sick and tired of your fucking I know what's best for everything baseball Yankee fucking attitude. I don't give a fuck if you're a living legend in the sport. I think I'm going to speak with the majority here of the fans. I might not have the back of the MLB, but I know I speak for the majority of baseball fans. Blow that shit up.
Now, I've been listening to WCCP all week, just to get their kind of view on it. Quack, DA, Pharrell, and old Fat Lip Tula all said this is the stupidest thing they ever heard of.
Hell, why second base? Why not third? Why not first? Why not load all the fucking bases? Where the fuck is your logic?
And then I heard a genius, you'll love this. Some genius said, Okay, well, on the second out, what we're gonna do is if you let's say the second out, there's two outs, you got a runner at second. The guy hits a long ball deep out into center field, right? He catches that ball. He now has to turn around and throw that ball all the way into home and have the catcher touch home base. And if that runner comes around before you do that, he scores a run.
So you're giving them a fucking base they didn't even earn.
After they had three outs already, if it's hit deep enough, let's say it's hit deep out in the outfield or in the corner, the guy can actually score from second. And I heard this from a caller. And I'm like, this guy has fucking smoked himself retarded.
Like, what is this Mickey Mouse shit? Seriously, dude.
Leave fucking baseball alone. Baseball has been great for hundreds of years. For 100 years.
Let's ruin it. Fuck it. Let's ruin all the sports.
Let's not fucking ruin it with fucking dumbass rules and fucking dumb shit that Joe Torre and the fucking committee are coming up with, because I just don't understand it. Like, you guys just throw dumb ideas in a hat and then draw them out and go, hey, you know what? That's not a real bad idea. Let's go ahead and try to bring that up.
No, that's the sad part here, Berger, is the fact that they paid a think tank for that. The Major League Baseball front office and all of their wisdom paid a fucking think tank to do that. You know they did. They had some special interest, fucking special research group, some bunch of analysts who don't know shit about fuck sitting there going, hey, this sounds good. Let's go with this. Because let me ask you this. I got one question. If you take every single coach from Major League Baseball and put them in a room, does that rule ever come out?
No, definitely not. They'd lose by a majority. It would be a landslide.
Let me ask you question number 2. You put all the players in a giant room or in a stadium and you let them vote on it. Does that rule go?
Oh, hell no. Even better. Let's put legends in there. Let's put Nolan Ryan, Cal Ripken, some of the greats. Roger Clemens.
Mariano
Rivera. Put all them boys in there and let them vote on it and see how they
John
think.
Smoltz.
John Smoltz, yes. Put those guys in the room and let them vote on it.
Let the Hall of Famers vote on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Does it pass?
What do you think they say?
They say hell no.
So, if baseball itself would say to hell with this shit, and the fans say to hell with it, you're getting fucking roasted as if you were a fucking Comedy Central special right now on radio across the country. Because you literally paid someone good money for that stupid fucking... You could have paid Berger and I for a fucking half-ass idea like that. We'd have charged you half the price for it. We known you were going to take something stupid like that. Why don't we just shove a chicken's head up the pitcher's ass when he's fucking past 100 pitches? Why don't we just fucking... Hey, I got a better one. Why don't we just fucking make the ball bigger? Just come up with some circus rules. Fuck it.
We did basketball.
Right. Exactly. Seriously. No shit. Good call, Berger. Because I'm serious. This is the kind of Mickey Mouse shit that is ruining sports. I'm sorry.
I totally agree with you. When I saw this come out, I saw this story, I was as red as my fucking shirt that I wear to work. I was pissed off. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? This is the stupidest shit. And I'm telling you, you have one station. I've only listened to one station. And the one station I listened to, 5 guys all said that's the stupidest idea. Now imagine that's just one station. You have stations all over this country.
Thousands of
them talking about this. ESPN talking about this. Fox Sports talking about it. MLB, the MLB channel, they're probably talking about it. All these people are talking about it, and I guarantee you, the majority of them are saying, don't do it. This is stupid. You're going to ruin baseball.
Howard Cosell and Jimmy the Greek are talking about this shit in hell, saying it's stupid. Are you kidding me?
You can't forget Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth just fucking had a hot dog and said it was fucking retarded. I'm sorry. Listen, guys, you got to do better than this. All right, this is what happens when you go from playing a fucking game that you love for the love of the game to protecting your investment because you fucking ruined it with money. All right? Stop with the bullshit. We don't want to hear your shit. Let the baseball players who are paid millions act like grown men And let me tell you something. I know they want to because baseball players are a hard bunch. They like to chew tobacco, spit the shit out the fucking window. They like to have sex with women, eat hot dogs, drink beer, fucking do steroids. They're not a bunch of pussies. They're a bunch of grown-ass men. And I guarantee you that they would rather go 16 innings to prove a point than to say, oh, I got beat in the 10th inning because Pussy Rule A said that fucking you could have a runner on second when he didn't even earn the fucking base to begin with. That cheapens the double. That cheapens a ground rule double. That cheapens a stolen base. Are you not thinking? God damn it, man. I'm just a random guy in South Carolina and I just thought of that right off the top of my head. You can't be that goddamn dumb.
I mean, come on, guys. Seriously, do not pass this rule because this is going to be. I almost had to say it. I don't want to sound like those bitches that we were talking about before, but I'd probably have to boycott baseball if they pass this rule.
I mean, where does it stop? If they pass that dumb shit, where does it stop?
Exactly.
I mean, are they going to wear clown shoes? Everybody that's batting has to fucking wear clown shoes?
The pitcher has to tie one arm behind his back.
I mean, seriously, what is this? You quit fucking with our sports.
Leave it alone. It's good the way it is. All them years has been going on. It's fine. Don't fuck with the sport. Period.
Here, we'll pull a random guy off the street right quick. Hey, what do you think, Bucky? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, boy. See, even Bucky said not to fuck with it.
And Bucky, I'm telling you, he looks like one of them cousin fuckers from South Carolina.
He's got 3 teeth.
From Columbia, South Carolina.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't claim that shit around here.
No, I don't claim that shit around here.
That trash resides in the capital.
Oh, yeah, down in Columbia. We don't fuck with them people.
No, we don't associate with that trash.
So, guys, do not pass this. It's not going to work. I'm telling you right now, I haven't even seen it, and I'm telling you, just the idea, it's not going to work. So, from Burger and Badass, do not pass this MLB, because you're going to piss off a lot of people, and they're going to say, fuck it, I'm done with baseball. And then what? You guys are going to start losing in attendance, start losing on your viewership on television. Nobody's going to watch the sport anymore because you cheapen it.
And I mean, that's the extreme end of it, and even on the moderate end of it. Just think about it from a logic standpoint. What the hell? Why second base? Why not first? Why not third? Hell, why not just, if somebody hits the ball in the outfield, give them a home run? I mean, I want you to understand the absurdity of what you're doing. You know, that's all I got to say about that, guys. That's it.
So, Badass, I saw a story this week, and I'm not going to lie, my dick went 6 to midnight.
What, is Pamela Anderson making a comeback?
No, and Megan Fox didn't do any nudes.
Yeah, I know, because if she did, you'd already had them on the flash drive. You didn't turn one of the walls into one of them lifelike, big heads that have been titties everywhere. I already know.
Actually, this story, I saw it and I was like, fuck yeah. I hope this is going to happen. And within hours, it fell through. I was like, oh man, I was looking forward to it. A British tabloid came out Tuesday morning that Conor McGregor and the Floyd Mayweather were very close to reaching a deal for the super fight that everybody wants to see. Mayweather was quick to jump on Instagram Tuesday to let everyone know he isn't close to fighting anybody, and he reinstated he remains happily retired from boxing. When asked about Mayweather versus McGregor super fight, UFC President Dana White told TMZ the odds of this fight happening are about as good as me being backup quarterback to Tom Brady. I love that. I love Dana White quotes. I could use Dana White quotes all day.
Oh, the man's a smart ass to the nth degree, man. Big time smart ass. And you gotta love the man for it too. That's the thing. You have to love him for his smart ass. He's one of the best at it. Whenever somebody comes on and asks him a dumb question, he's got something smart ass ready to go for him.
I mean, I don't know if you remember this. You remember the first season of Ultimate Fighter?
I do.
His speech?
Yes.
He came in for what he told you, if you're not here to fight, get the fuck out. I mean, that's pretty much, not in so many where he came through a whole speech, but in layman's terms, like the Reader's Digest version, that's pretty much what he said. If you're not here to fight, you can get the fuck out and walk out the door now.
And he don't care. Listen, he was talking shit to one of his own fighters. I remember when Tito was running his mouth. He's like, Tito, you want to get beat? Come on, bro. We're not doing this. We'll do this man-to-man in the ring, right? Me and you. Mano y mano.
We were so close to seeing a Dana White, Tito Ortiz boxing match.
No, that's the thing, too, because like everyone said that it was actually going to start out as a promo, and apparently Tito just started really talking shit about how Dana was a pussy. And he told him, he said, all right, no cameras, no nothing. Me and you in the ring, man-to-man. What's up?
What did Tito Ortiz do?
He didn't say shit.
Bitched out.
Listen, man signs his paychecks. You really want to fuck with that? I mean, listen, it's all fun and games, but you think any of them WWE superstars are actually lining up to punch Vince in the jaw?
I know a couple back in the day that did it.
Right, and where are they at now?
Hall of Fame.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, are they still friends with Vince?
Like, seriously punched in the mouth? Or
No,
like,
I'm talking about, like, walking up and actually assaulting Vince to the point where, like
for real. Like,
we're
no,
done. Yeah, like, no, for real.
not like,
No stage.
not a show.
No show.
Like, for real.
Like,
There's only been one person
Who?
who's done that. And you know who that is? Montreal Screwjob.
Bret Hart.
Bret Hart punched Vince McMahon in the locker room right in the face. He came out next night on Monday Night Raw and had a black eye.
Oh, so
where he
that
got
was
punched.
legit.
That was legit. Like, he really did get into a fight. Like, there's actually on YouTube, you can go to YouTube and type in Bret Hart versus Vince McMahon locker room fight after Montreal Screwjob, and you can actually see him come up and punch him right in the face. And everybody's like, whoa, 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 whoa. And they grab Bret, and Bret leaves, and he's like, this is fucking bullshit. Fuck you. I mean, he was leaving anyway.
But the fact is like, you fucked me on my way out the door when you should have been better than that.
He didn't want to drop the belt in Montreal. He wanted to drop the belt the next night on Monday Night Raw.
Which I don't understand why that couldn't be done.
And then, of course, there was the whole behind-the-scene thing, which I don't know if you know about this, but it's not... They say they'll deny it to the day, but Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and Vince McMahon and his stooges all had a closed-door meeting and said, Bret Hart is going to get screwed tonight, and this is how it's going to happen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So they knew it was coming.
And that whole thing of where they're like, he jumps up and he's like, what happened? What happened? And gets out of the ring and like looks at Vince and he's like, what's going on? What's going on? And he's, they usher him out of there because Montreal was getting ready to riot. That's how bad it was.
Well, see, I didn't understand that because you think the man's already on his way out the door. Just let him have his moment in the sun and let him go. I mean, is Vince that much of a dick to where he was like, I'm using this as a ploy? I don't give a shit how bad he gets mad. Like, I mean, think about it. Vince probably went into that knowing he's probably going to come up and punch me right in my shit, but I don't care. I'm getting ratings off of this because this is going to create vitriol.
I mean, it's known now, through everybody in the wrestling community, the Montreal Screwjob. You say Montreal Screwjob, they go, oh yeah, the time that Vince McMahon screwed Bret Hart out of the title right before he went to WCW. And I mean, everybody knows that. And the thing about it is that, what a lot of people don't know is that he was leaving, and this was like right after the Alundra Blaze thing happened. I don't know if you remember the Alundra Blaze.
I do.
Where she showed up on WCW Monday Night Raw, Monday Night Nitro, and dropped the WWF Women's Championship in the trash and said, "This is where it belongs. I'm WCW."
That was back when it was actually like at each other's throats, warring for talent.
And I think Vince was actually afraid that Bret Hart was going to do the same thing to him.
And he wasn't going to get embarrassed twice.
And he wasn't going to get, the wool pulled over his eyes twice. So I don't know if that had something to do with it or not. I mean, only one person knows that, and that's Vince McMahon. And he'll probably go to his grave knowing that. He'll probably never tell anybody. Or Triple H knows about it, and he just kept the hush-hush about it.
I think it was just simply a ploy. He's like, look, I can let him have his moment in the sun, but if I fuck him over, do you know how much better this gets? Look, had he let it go on the way Bret wanted it, all you would remember is, oh, Bret got the title in Montreal. But now, there is a thing called the Montreal Screwjob.
I could probably go on WWE Network, type in Montreal Screwjob, and that'll come up.
Just for shits and giggles here, people. I just typed in Montre, and stopped. You know what the first thing on there is?
What's that?
Montreal Screwjob.
Wow.
Vince McMahon's a lot smarter than people think.
Oh, he's not a dummy.
No,
Trust me.
Hell no.
He's been doing it for many, many, many years.
And let's be real here. He crushed wrestling as we know it. Before Vince McMahon, there was territories. People controlled their own territories. You didn't march in there and do shit without their say-so. And look what he did. He literally took all these little teeny regions and he melded them all into one umbrella. Lord of the Rings, bro. One ring to rule them all. The WWE ring.
So my question, getting back to what we were talking about, the Mayweather-McGregor fight, what are the odds you think of this fight actually happening? Do you think this is going to be a lot like the Pacquiao-Mayweather fight where it took so long to get it done that people kind of lost interest in it?
This fight will never happen.
Never happened?
Never.
You're saying 0%?
0% chance this fight happens.
0.0.
Yes. I'm not even giving it a 1%.
Not even one?
No. You'll never get them to agree on the place. You'll never get them agree
On
money. They'll never agree on doping and drug tests because you already know how Floyd's going to be. He's going to want to do 800 drug tests for 5 years. It's just never going to happen. It's not going to happen.
I kind of have to agree with you. I think there's a slim chance. I would give it about probably like a 5% chance. I mean, there's a chance it could happen, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. If it's going to happen, it's probably not going to be till next summer.
Floyd's not coming out of retirement to break that record. He's tied with Marciano. One more and he breaks it. And he trust me, he'll do it. But he's only going to do it when he finds the exact buttercup that he wants.
It's going to be kind of like the Rocky thing. Remember the first Rocky? What did Apollo want? He wanted a sure thing.
Exactly.
He wanted some scrappy guy, kind of up and coming. Nobody knew about him. But a sure thing that he should have just won that fight easily. Maybe knock him out in the second or third round. And what did Rocky do? He went the distance with him.
It took a beating.
It took a beating. Granted, he lost.
But he went the distance.
But he went the distance. And you got to give him credit for that. I really just don't think it's going to happen. I think that Mayweather's going to drag his feet on it. And like you said, I totally agree with what you said about Mayweather's going to just want a sure thing to beat that record. He's going to fight some scrub. He's going to dance around the ring. He's going to hit him in the face a couple good times. Maybe knock him down once or twice. He's going to win it on the decision. And they're going to be like, oh, he's the greatest of all time. Call him Tom Brady. Oh, he's the greatest of all time. Go, 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 go. And Malcolm, you can fucking suck my dick. I don't care because you're a Mayweather / Falcon fan. So you know what? Go fuck yourself, Malcolm, because I don't want to hear it. Mayweather is not the greatest. I'm sorry. I put him maybe in the top 10. I put him in the top 10, but I don't put him in the top 5.
Had Mayweather done like the other champions of boxing had done and took on all of the best, all of them, all the time in their prime and marched to 49-0, I'd already be calling him the greatest of all time. And I'd have no problem doing it because you've marched through the best to get there. But let's face it and let's be honest with ourselves. If you can even indulge me just a couple of seconds. I know it's hard. Because it's actually, you have to take yourself out of it, and you have to take your bias, wad it up into a nice little neat ball, and you have to shove it directly up your ass, and you have to think with your thinking cap. Tell me the last time Mayweather fought someone in their prime, who was actually a threat to beat him. Don't worry, I'll fucking wait all night long, because you ain't... Go ahead.
Google it.
Let me see. When he fought Oscar De La Hoya, he was, De La Hoya was old as fuck. Let's see. When he fought Canelo Alvarez, he was green as fuck, wet behind the ears still, and was just this little up-and-coming Mexican boxer that was slow as fucking molasses. When he fought Manny Pacquiao, he only waited like 6-7 goddamn years, and waited till the man was old as shit to fight him. Because I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, I don't care what any of you out there in the world think. Unless you are opening your eyes and seeing shit for what it is by the numbers, I don't want to hear it from you. In 2008, when that fight should have taken place, Pacquiao would have thrown anywhere from 1,100 to 1,400 punches at Floyd Mayweather, not 800 like in the shit fight that they gave us when he was injured. In prime Pacquiao would have put Mayweather on his ass. And you know who knows it? Mayweather and his whole fucking family and training staff. They all know it. That's why they dodged the motherfucker for all the years, because they know Punches and Bunches was about to put that ass on the mat. Because there was finally someone just as fast as him. And that's exactly why we didn't get that fight until they were both fucking drinking Geritol shakes.
And you know what? Malcolm won't put your ass on blast again. You know what? If you want to talk about greatest of all time, you know what Mayweather is greatest of all time at? Ducking and dodging.
Yep.
That's it.
Weaving and ducking and dodging for sure.
I mean, he might throw a few punches here and there, but the rest of the time he's running around the ring, doing his dances, hugging and dancing, doing his thing. That's not a fighter. That's a bitch.
For real. Like, I don't care if you want to get butthurt at this statement. You can hate me all you want. But the facts are the facts. Go watch any Mayweather fight. They're boring as fuck because all he does is dance, counterpunch, hug. Anytime he's ever in a situation where it could actually become a fight, he hugs. Name the last time that Mayweather actually stood for 30 seconds in the middle of a boxing ring and traded with somebody. Again, I'll wait.
So I truly believe, like what you said, I don't think this fight's going to happen. I think Mayweather's going to drag his feet as usual. And it's never going to happen. And he's going to try to have it maybe happen in like 3 or 4 years from now. And then McGregor, by then, he's going to be bored with it. And like, fuck it, I don't want to do that. I'm in my prime of MMA right now. I don't have time to deal with your fucking stupid ass. Get on somewhere.
Exactly. And hey, by the numbers, the last Mayweather pay-per-view drew 600,000 viewers. The last Conor McGregor fight drew 1.5 million viewers. So, all I got to say is old Money Mayweather is going to have to come off that money and pay Conor, because the only reason they're going to watch a Mayweather fight is if he actually stands a chance at fighting someone who can beat him. Because nobody wants to see you win, except for maybe all these black people around here that think you're the shit because you're black, because they're all a bunch of fucking black racists. But here's the deal. You ain't that great. Because if you were that great, you'd have took on Manny Pacquiao when you were in your prime. He was in his prime. Not bitching about drug testing. Not bitching about where they're going to fight. Not beating your wife so you go to jail so you ain't got to fight him. Yeah, I didn't forget that either. All I'm saying is this. You're a boring-ass fighter. And if you want to call yourself the best ever, you go right ahead. But, you know, if I'm boxing and that's what you got to offer is your best ever, maybe it's time for y'all to go out to pasture and just let MMA take over. Oh, wait. That already happened.
You know what, badass? All I gotta say about that is, in the words of Kelso from That 70s Show, burn!
Yeah.